The answer is yes. You can get jacked and strong by doing just calisthenics, just by doing push-ups, just by doing dips, just by doing pull-ups. Like all those main movements that you know in calisthenics, those can get you strong, those can get you muscle and all that. But if you're considering transitioning to a more higher level where you're doing skills such as planche, such as front lever, such as multis, and so on and so forth, like the main skills that you see these guys online doing, that takes a completely whole different training approach. If you're looking for like longevity, if you want to keep doing calisthenics from 10 to 15 years without big setbacks and without big injuries, because that's what happened to me, right? You see all of these Instagram influencers doing planches, doing front levers, and they claim that hey, they have achieved those in a very relatively short amount of time, and by human nature, we want to get those things as well as fast and as quick as possible. Um, but the issue here is that the plans and the programs and the ebooks they provide are not meant specifically for everybody. As you know, there's different genetics. Some people recover faster than others. Some people start at like higher points than others. Uh, let's compare like two types of people, right? Let's say this guru, or not this guru, but this Instagram influencer is selling you this course or is giving you this advice that you should just train planche every single day, or not every single day, but like you should only focus on planche. You should not train anything else because planche is what matters the most. Um, let's compare two types of people. One of these, oh fuck, sorry. One of these types of people is a complete beginner who has probably done a few like some months or even a year or two of calisthenics, and you know they're kind of familiar with planche and front lever. They also want to consider start doing these skills, and on the other hand, we have like a more advanced athlete, like someone who has already like 4 or 5 years under the belt of training. The difference between those two is most likely the difference between musculature, between workload capacity, between recovery rate, between like tendon and ligament strength, and all of that. And this might seem like a very not nuanced. This might seem like a very small details, but in reality, they matter a lot, especially when you're doing very sophisticated skill work, which requires such amount of muscle, such amount of tendon strength, such amount of ligaments, such amount of like central nervous system like recovery. And if you try to put a beginner who hasn't worked up to the level of a like higher level athlete, he's most likely going to get injured, which is what happened to me. Like the muscles and everything will not be able to recover as fast as the body is demanding through the workouts. So, why? So the question on the video is: should you hit the gym as a calisthenics athlete? If you're a beginner, very yes, most likely, yeah, not most likely. You should absolutely hit the gym. Um, I've been working out solely through calisthenics for 3 years, so my newbie gains are like very well past their time. And as someone who has started going to the gym, like starting to strength train to build not all muscle is not the main thing I'm trying to build here, but to build strength, then yes, absolutely, you should go to the gym because in only like what 2 weeks that I started going to the gym, man, my strength has skyrocketed. Like I feel like I'm getting my newbie gains again, especially because I was like 1 year injured. If you saw my older videos, you know what I'm talking about. I got injured, and until now, my back is all screwed up because I tried to transition to skills very quickly, and that cost me like a very long time without seeing gains, without seeing progress, without seeing strength gains, without just feeling completely lost overall. So I decided to give strength training a try now, and For the past 2 weeks, I've been getting a lot of strength, and bro, the transfer is just insane. I started doing, I'm training for the one arm handstand, and it, as you know, it requires a lot of strength on the shoulder, a lot of stability, a lot of coordination. You probably think that those attributes are obtained through frequency of training, through, it's the same as just you're a baby and you're learning to walk. The neural adaptation does play a role in the aspect of keeping like everything coordinated and keeping yourself balanced on this on just one arm doing the handstand. Like just doing the two arms like normal handstand already requires some degree of coordination, but you can absolutely forget that if you don't have the strength, if you don't have the stability needed to sustain yourself in that position. And that's where strength training like comes into play. It helps you speed that up. um, it helps you, yeah, essentially just speed that process up of gaining more strength, gaining more stability in your muscles, so you can start performing those skills faster, so you can learn them faster, so you can just obtain them in a shorter period of time. Essentially, what the big issue with like all of this social media stuff you see online is that um, you know how it's almost like a circle jerk uh, between this calisthenics community. They really like to neglect like gym training because, oh, you can get jacked only through calisthenics. But that's true. But if you're looking to not fucking get injured or even speed up your process of obtaining skills, strength training on the gym work, absolutely plays a huge role here. And I think that people here in this community try to neglect gym because A, they can't afford it. That's probably not the main reason. B, they don't know how to program gym work. They don't know how to program strength training, especially to apply it for their sport. Which strength training honestly isn't so difficult at all if you can program your own calisthenics training. I'm pretty sure you can program your own strength training. At C, it's probably just this little kind of niche thing where calisthenics people have this how's it called? Preconceito. I don't use it in Portuguese. Um, but it's when you hate someone for like no absolute reason at all. Uh, say calisthenics people usually hate gym people and gym because they're just too massive. They're not functional. And by the way, that's not the definition of functional. Um, they're too massive. They can't do like a backflip. They can't do planche. They can't do any of that. But that's more regarding bodybuilders, and like people that go to the gym probably have the same hate towards calisthenics people, saying, "Oh, they don't have legs. They can't squat jack shit. They're very weak," and so on and so forth. And so when you have this like unjustified hate, unjustified ignorance towards other groups, that makes you less likely to actually try out their approaches to training. So what that's really doing to you isn't it doesn't make you cooler at all. It doesn't make you like this sort of highly superior human being compared to the people that go to the gym. It just makes you a weaker athlete because the things that you can like extract from these other things and apply them to your own sport, you avoid doing them because you've established this sort of criteria that you only do calisthenics, you only do body weight exercises. The same goes for the gym goers. Oh, I only lift heavy circles. I only do compound movements on the gym. Well, maybe not that, but I don't want to do anything to do with calisthenics, but because that's for the weak bitches. So you get where I'm trying to go here. The point of doing strength training at the gym is not to turn you into a power lifter. It's not to turn you into a bodybuilder or anything else that you might think. It's actually to benefit you in your own sport in calisthenics. Because what is strength training essentially? It's just a matter of getting you as jacked and as strong as possible. And if you think logically, The difference between sports training, and strength training is that strength training is obviously getting you as strong and as jacked as possible, whereas sports training is channeling that strength into a skill. So why would you try to get as strong as possible only in sport, right? Because doing just push-ups and body weight exercises, it gives you strength and muscle to a certain degree, but after like you reach your full strength potential, so everything becomes easy to you, you need to start either adding weight or just changing exercises to more difficult ones. Otherwise, you want to gain more strength, which will transfer into the skills you're trying to learn, such as the planche and the front lever. And if you try to rush the process to go immediately into planche or front lever training, it's what most likely is going to happen is you're going to get injured because your muscles, your tendons, and your overall body structures were not prepared to like sustain such workloads, right? So after all of this rambling, how can you apply the gym into actually benefiting you in just your main sport, which is calisthenics? Well, this is where a little bit of logic, a little bit of common sense, and a little bit of knowledge comes into play. You need to know which muscles you're going to use, you're going to need in your sport. So in calisthenics, we know that in the planche and the front lever, let's start with the planche. We need a lot of shoulder strength, a lot of anterior deltoid. We need shoulder stability, especially for like handstand movements such as for one arm handstand, all of these variations. We need a shit ton of strength on the shoulder because if we don't have strength on the shoulder, what the fuck is gonna support it, right? So we need to be able to put muscle mass into it, and also just get as explosive as possible on our shoulders and many other muscles that may play a role into it. So, when you're doing planche push-ups, you know that you need to fully lock out, right? What, say you're doing like tuck planche push-ups, or say you're at the full planche level, and you're trying to do full planche push-ups. If you can't fully lock out at the end, you know what's missing? Tricep strength. Because if you look into a first principles like perspective, we know that the triceps function is to lock the elbows out, so to extend your arm. So if we don't have enough strength in the triceps, as well as some other muscles that may eventually like come into play here, if we don't have enough strength here, we won't be able to fully lock out, right? So that's where gym also comes into play. We can like target and we can tackle those weaknesses and build more muscle there and build more strength there. So say you already have a very decent shoulder strength, what you can do in the gym now, although you probably wouldn't just solely focus on the shoulder on the gym, what you can do on the gym now is focus more on your triceps. So because your triceps are your weakness, because your triceps are your limiting factor, you can supplement in the gym by doing triceps exercises, which will just essentially make you be able to fully lock out. And in the next, what, 3, 4, 5, probably at the end of like one entire wave, one entire cycle, usually after like 8 to 12 weeks of going to the gym and doing very minimal like sports and skill specific training, if when you will realize that when you're going to do the planche push-up, you feel much stronger on your triceps, which means that it worked. Like you'll be able to fully lock out. So this is where the gym really can help you. And I hope you please just take this advice to heart and take it through my experience and take it through like I have amazing coaches just educating me about this right now. So start putting muscle and start putting gaining explosive strength on the muscles which you need the most. And without you'll become a fucking beast, man. If you don't really trust my word for it now, what I suggest to you is just stick around, see how my journey goes. I will be documenting how the gym is helping me become a better athlete in calisthenics. And if you like say in 5, 10, 20, whatever, how many weeks or months, you see me actually improving a lot, you can use that to, just sort of change your mind if you don't really trust on my word right now. So I really hope this helps. Yeah. Happy gains, bro. I'll see you next time.